Today I want to talk about the ever-growing list of items YouTube wants us to keep up with as content creators. One of the most frustrating things that YouTube has signed us up to do is create chapters. I want to talk about why this is a problem today and how it affects us as YouTube content creators. Yes, YouTube has tried to deploy an AI to help us with our job, but honestly is terrible at the job itself. We'll go through a few examples here, and you would think a multi-billion-dollar company wouldn't just be experimenting on our videos, but I think they're doing just that, in my opinion, which could be negatively affecting views and causing people to prematurely switch off of the videos. Isn't YouTube's whole job to keep people engaged? Well, as a person who makes content, I believe this is affecting us all, and it's frustrating to see because I'm sure many people aren't even aware. What you'll see below is something called chapters. We have an intro. What is JPEG XL? Why JPEG XL is being removed again, and WebP-v2. Now you might notice something strange about this. Number one, we have pretty much the same exact chapter name here. So why couldn't these be condensed together if they're truly the same chapter? Or why in the world would you have an intro for 1 minute and 20 seconds? Most of us know this is a big no-no in YouTube to draw out an intro, let alone to label something an intro. That's because a lot of people are just going to skip right over this. So, bad naming convention, especially for a chapter. What is JPEG XL? Maybe this works. I would name it something a little more catching. And then the next problem here is they've doubled up the chapter names. And I've been seeing this repeatedly happening with this YouTube AI that's going around creating our chapters automatically. Basically, you've been pretty much opted into this YouTube AI making automatic chapters for you if you're not making the chapters yourselves. How do you make the chapters? Well, you can do this on your own videos by writing out a timeline inside your description. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, so on and so forth until the video is done. And if this exists in your description, that's actually what the YouTube algorithm looks at and applies to your video for chapters. But we don't all have the time to do this. This is just one of those other checklist items that YouTube is making us tick, and frankly is quite annoying because you would expect a multi-billion-dollar company to do their research, and maybe they have. But then the frustrating part is to deploy an AI or some form of an algorithm that goes through your video and processes these chapters for you to be so terrible. I mean, this is another one. A 7-minute video, as you can see here, has 3 chapters. One's called an intro, one is called What is USB, and then one is called USB 42 update. This here means absolutely nothing. It's 4.2. But regardless, I wouldn't call this USB 4.2 update. Even in the thumbnail here, we can see it says EU passes law to switch iPhone to USB-C. And there's a lot of nuance here that I talk about in this video, which is frustrating because they just call it the USB 42 update, not even the correct version. And I understand why they can't add a point. That's how unsophisticated this algorithm is. As we're all being bombarded by AI today, you would think YouTube and Google could get together enough resources of their own to really help us content creators make better chapters if that's really what they want us doing, but also not forcing us because a lot of us just don't have the time to go back and sift through our videos and then create chapters and shorts from them and all this other stuff that they keep adding on and on and on. It's like at some point you can't even focus on your own content. Instead, you have to be focusing on appeasing the algorithm in order to check all the boxes just so your video gets out to people. This is not what YouTube used to be, but what it is now. And it's annoying because again, we see this intro here and then it has what is USB for 4 minutes. I mean, this probably could have been split up. Let's go look at another one. And this is probably the first one I ran into that is semi-okay. There's definitely improvements that could be made here. Again, it's using intro. No. Installing Rust. Yeah. For under 1 minute. That's good. Creating the first program, creating your first function, and running your first program. I mean, those are fairly decent. I won't take too much out of this. What's nice is that it actually follows some sort of a flow. Again, they need to take the intro part out. That's just how you lose views because people see that, oh, first 25 seconds, let's just skip right over it. And now that negatively affects your watch time. I really want others to understand this problem that I'm seeing, at least on my channel. There's got to be plenty of content creators that don't even understand that this is happening in the background. And I want you to share this with another content creator that you watch and like, just at least bring this to their attention because I'm going to be showing you how to turn this off as well, even though there might be a caveat or two there as well. But let me show you another terrible chapter naming. in one of my videos. Well, this time it didn't use intro, which is great, but instead it calls it Linux 60, Linux 61, and conclusion. Conclusion, right off the bat, bad idea. You're not wanting to tell your viewers you're finishing things up. There's no reason for that. They understand that it's the end of a video. These first two, Linux 60 and 61, mean absolutely nothing. It's 6.0 and 6.1. If you can't put dots in the names where they're very necessary, then don't do it at all. Put a dash in there. Put something else to signify. And again, I'm not just talking about Linux kernel 6.0 or Linux kernel 6.1. I'm actually talking about some of the exciting stuff that comes with them. So I wouldn't call these chapters by a Linux kernel name. I would call it by the features that come with the kernel. Where the YouTube AI is not all bad, it might get 1 out of 10 videos right. Again, no. Intro, don't want to put that there. But settings, user interface features, and iced versus GTK, this isn't too bad. I'll give this one like a 6 out of 10. As far as ratings go for chapters, all the previous ones are pretty much at 0 because I personally believe we're just losing views over the way that the AI decided to generate these chapters. And now I want to show as content creators how we can turn this feature off. Well, I have over 500 videos that I need to turn this off on. So there's really no easy way because I can only do about 50 videos at a time. I'll need to select video and hit edit. In edit, you'll notice there's an automatic chapters button. We'll click on this. And then if you want to disable this, you go down here, select don't allow, and update the videos. Any video that is currently selected or highlighted will get updated so we don't allow for the automatic chapter generation by the AI. You hit update videos, click understand the implications, and then apply that change. It's going to take a while for this to actually apply as it parses through all your videos and processes them with the new setting. It shouldn't actually take that long, but it can take a minute or so. So overall, as we're getting bombarded by all these AIs, all these analytics that we have to follow and obey, I think we all need to take a second and realize that not all AI is good AI. It's emerging technology, and sometimes it's not effective, especially when it seems like the people at YouTube are doing an experiment on our views and potentially hurting us as content creators. Anyways, I really want to just get this out to others so that they understand what's happening behind the scenes and how they can support other people that they watch and helping them understand what's going on with the automatic chapter situation at YouTube. I personally didn't realize this until recently, that they have actually deployed some sort of AI to create these automatic chapters, and now I have to go back through and fix my videos. Anyways, let me know what you think about YouTube and their chapter AI in the comment section below. Make sure to tell someone else, and I'll catch you in another video. Thanks for watching.